Smart devices have become an integral part of our everyday lives. And it's the tiny microprocessor inside that makes a smart device smart. The chip. So named because it resembles a chip of wood as much as it does a certain salty snack. The chip is also often referred to as a silicon chip, a microchip, or an integrated circuit. Chips are everywhere, from phones, tablets, and gaming consoles, to TVs, kitchen appliances, and virtual assistants. On average, there are over 100 chips built into a single modern car. There are even cases of chips being implanted into human bodies. This formerly colorblind artist now has a chip in his skull that converts color into sound. It's hard to imagine our lives without chips, but at some point, we might have to. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, we've witnessed a drastic global shortage of microprocessors. Insiders refer to this as Chipageddon. In the 1990s, the average household only had one computer. That number has gradually crept up from 3 to 5 or more computers. As lockdowns hit the world and more people were working, learning, and procrastinating from home, there was increased demand for consumer electronics. Microchip manufacturers were suddenly struggling to keep up with demands. And as coronavirus spread and people were unable to work, factories that produced chips were forced to shut down, making the situation even worse. Subsequently, chips were in high demand but short supply.
Back 12 months ago, lead times of components were typically 12 weeks. We are now being quoted 60 weeks and greater. So it means that customers coming out of COVID have to communicate and order product now almost 18 months out, whereas they were able to order it 4 months out.
And this wasn't a localized problem. Apple had to stagger the release of its new iPhone. Sony couldn't meet demands for PlayStation, nor Microsoft for Xbox consoles. Then the automotive industry hit a roadblock. This was all because the chip industry is part of the global supply chain, a worldwide system in which businesses and people all over the globe contribute their specialties toward making a product or providing a service. It's a successful business model that allows companies to source both production and resources from countries with lower production costs. For example, one standard iPhone is made from hundreds of different parts with components that are sourced from 43 different countries. And it's not just pandemics that can jeopardize the global supply chain. Ukraine is a major supplier of neon, a gas that is needed for the lasers that help etch integrated circuits onto microprocessors. Russia's invasion of Ukraine in 2022 disrupted the international supply of neon and other raw materials that are needed in the production of silicon chips. Like most things, both Chipageddon and the global supply chain are also critically linked to climate change. Taiwan produces more than 60% of the planet's most advanced chips. But in 2021, that country experienced its worst drought in 56 years. This was detrimental to Taiwan's chip factories, as producing chips is extremely water-intensive. It can take about 2,000 gallons of water to produce just 10 chips. For production to resume, the liquid had to be transported into the chip factories, while many Taiwanese communities remained without water. That same year, a freak snowstorm in Texas resulted in power disruptions, causing several chip manufacturing plants to shut down. The global supply chain is made from hundreds of links that depend on each other. If one of the links breaks, it can affect the entire operation. So next time you use your phone, think about how lucky you are to have it. Also, give a thought to the hundreds of different people who created it.
If you liked this video, you can find it and so many more at ClickView.net. Sign up for free today.